Yep.
Today we are checking out Geography Now, Thailand. And
Yes.
for some reason I thought we did it already, but apparently we didn't.
I thought we did too.
It's just one of those
but
things.
I think we've done something with Thailand in it.
I think it's Anthony Bourdain, whatever
Yes.
that was.
Yes.
That episode of Parts Unknown, but apparently didn't get a lot of views, but the middle one did. So hopefully, if we stick that at the end of this one, it'll get viewed. But that's not what we're talking about today.
Hey.
We're going to learn about Thailand from our resident geography Barb, the OG geography.
Barb, the OG, yes. And also, this is apparently the home of Thai food. I know that sounds crazy, but yes, Thai food does come from Thailand or inspired by Thailand. So you guys might know it as food, but over here it's Thai food. So
Ready?
yes,
3, 2,
yes.
1.
Let's go.
Give much of an introduction, you've all heard of Thailand. This country is the 21st century tourism powerhouse that took the world by storm. Will I do my best for this entire video? Yes, I am. So if you're feeling crabby, don't Phuket what time it is. Porn.
It's time to learn geography.
Yes.
Porn.
Good. Just porn.
Oh man,
Oh God, I'm gonna.
it's gonna be a
enjoy
good
this.
episode. I tell you what.
Nope.
And yes, hippo. Got it.
Due to continuity issues, we have to film this out of sequence.
Hey everybody, I'm your host Barbs. Get your Geography Now merchandise at geographynow.com. It's not selling out if it's your brand. Thailand, the land of smiles. And it is also the home of Julie, our next co-host. Say hi, Julie. How you doing? Yay! Oh, also we got Anya and Som. They're also going to be in this episode. Later on in the episode, you'll see them. Anything you want to say to the subscribers about Thailand?
You should visit.
Also,
We're not Taiwan.
don't get it confused. No.
No,
All right.
not confused.
Let's pad-see-you it, shall we?
All of these puns, man.
Gotta have them. I respect
Yeah.
them. They're corny, but they need to happen because they won't be relevant anywhere else.
Exactly.
They are the crossroads of the Sinosphere and Indosphere and the Malay world, and then they have the inland mountains and the coastal waters.
And there's so much going on.
First of all, the country is located in Southeast Asia on what is commonly referred to as the Indo-Chinese Peninsula, bordering 4 other countries, and is shaped like Dumbo the flying elephant with a really long disfigured trunk. In that long disfigured trunk, they have a long bicoastal access section on the Kra Isthmus, shared with Myanmar, that straddles the Andaman Sea to the west and the Gulf of Thailand to the east. This trunk squeezes at its narrowest point near the city of Prachapkirikan at only about 7 miles or 11.5 kilometers wide. That's not even the narrowest section though. At the very end of the border with Cambodia at the Trat province, they have a section that is only 450 meters wide until you hit the border from the coast. Oh, and speaking of provinces, the country is made up of 76 of them, known as Changwat. Keep in mind, all the provinces are also named after their capitals or namesake cities, so you don't have to memorize anything extra. Also, each province has its own flag. They look pretty cool, usually based on Buddhist undertones. In addition, there are 2 special districts, which are cities that act with the same administrative level as a province. The capital, Bangkok, and Pattaya. The capital and largest city of the country, of course, is Bangkok, classified as one of the world's mega cities, with a larger metropolitan population at around 14 million as of 2022. Here, of course, you can find the 2 busiest airports, Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi International Airport on the southeast side, and Don Mueang International on the north side of the city. Bangkok also has their own port on the Chao Phraya River that meanders through the city. However, the biggest and busiest shipping port is at Lim Chabang at the Bay of Thailand. From there, if we don't include all the cities that could be classified as connecting to the larger Bangkok Metropolitan Bay region, like Nonthaburi, Chonburi, or Prakret, the second largest cities would be Hat Yai in the south, close to Malaysia, and Nakhon Ratchasima, just a bit up northeast from Bangkok. Nonetheless, due to the heavy demand for tourism, the second and third largest and busiest airports would be Phuket International on the west west side, and Chiang Mai in the north. Speaking of which, the country has about 1,430 islands, and Phuket being the largest one, conveniently attached by a bridge to the mainland. The country has 4 main domestic rail lines that reach every corner of the country, connecting to all their neighbors except Myanmar. There used to be a line now known as the Death Railway, but it was discontinued after World War II. Today, they are working on rebuilding it though. Finally, Thailand has 2 international land disputes, one with Cambodia over the hill of Phnom Tháp with the Preah Vihar Temple, and the other with Malaysia here on these incredibly small rocks in the middle of the sea known as Kokra and Losin Island. Losin has a small lighthouse, and that's about it. Oh, and it's not a dispute, but Thailand also has this weird salient called the Three Pagodas Pass that juts into the Burmese town of Payatonzu along the border. This is one of the only few places where tourists are allowed to get a 1-day visa to enter into Myanmar from Thailand if they wish. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Keep in mind.
Wow, that's 76 individual things, and those land disputes, man. Those are good to know. Those are really good to know.
Yeah.
And
That's crazy. You get a 1-day pass to
visit Myanmar, whatever it is.
That used to be Burma.
Yeah, it used
right,
to be
guys?
Burma. Yeah. I only know
Okay.
that from the Seinfeld episode of Myanmar and Burma, where I think it was Jay Peterman had to go for some spiritual awakening, and Elaine Bennis was put in charge of the Peterman catalog. That's only way I remember that one.
That's okay. I remember that from the Animaniacs. I think it's Wacko's World Song.
Oh, okay. Yep.
1-day visa to enter into Myanmar from Thailand if they wish. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Keep in mind, oftentimes Thai people also divide their country into 4 to 6 cultural regions.
What are these cultural regions, Julie?
There are the northern Thailand, Lana, and the northern eastern Thailand, Isan, central Thailand, Siam, and southern Thailand.
Tambralinga?
Yeah.
Wow, you never used that word.
No.
Wow. So how do you say southern Thailand in Thai?
Pak Thai. It's like literally
Pad
south.
Thai.
Yeah.
Correct me if anything is wrong, please.
Okay.
Now, also, in regards to Bangkok, Thais actually do not call it Bangkok. All right, so how do you say Bangkok in Thai?
Okay, so กรุงเทพมหานครอมรรัตนโกสินทร์มหินทราอยุธยามหาดิลกพบนพรัตน์ราชธานีบุรีรมย์อุดมราชนิเวศน์มหาสถานอมรพิมานอวตารสถิตสักกะทัตติยะวิษณุกรรมประสิทธิ์
Literally the longest name of any city in the world with spacing. Now, for many years,
Okay. There ain't no way we're gonna remember that one.
Yeah, Bangkok.
Bangkok it is. Is there any way the Thai folk in the comments shorten that up at all in your own language?
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I
Okay.
couldn't.
That's why this video is 33 minutes
Yeah,
long.
because
My
a third
God.
of it is just pronouncing the name of Bangkok.
Holy crap, Bangkok is a good strong name right
Yeah.
there. I don't think I could ever try to pronounce the other one. The actual name. in
No,
Thai.
no.
spacing. Now, for many years, Bangkok was listed as the world's most visited city with over 22 million tourists, meaning that for the first time in the 21st century, they dethroned Paris. And you, Julie, are from there.
We have 24 hours of food, and we have a night market. We have an early morning market, and we have great temples.
Okay, enough about Bangkok though. Another thing you have to understand is that Thailand is administratively a constitutional monarchy. Who is the king, Julie?
King Maha Rajalankon, or Rama X of Chakri dynasty, taking the throne after his father died in 2016.
He is believed to be one of the richest monarchs in the world, and since 2020 has pretty much spent most of his time living in Bavaria, Germany after the pandemic. As a constitutional monarchy, all government affairs are handled by the National Assembly and Prime Minister since 1932.
Nonetheless, even though the king's role is restricted by the constitutional law, he still holds a huge level of power and influence, mostly thanks to the Thailand
Lèse-majesté laws.
Yes.
This means that people who criticize the king, his family, and even their pets can face heavy charges if it's strong or not.
No comment.
No comment. Moving on.
Much of what is now in Thailand started to develop about 1,000 years ago when this person, Pa Kun Singh Intalatip, crowned himself the first king during the Sukhothai era in 1238.
Later, the Ayutthaya kingdom formed and eventually unified them in 1448 under King, how do you say that? Rameswaran?
Lamasuan.
Lameswaran.
The northern areas known as Lana had their own things going on, divided into 5 kingdoms.
Long story short, they had a bunch of wars with Burma, what is now Myanmar. The Portuguese were the first Europeans to come in. They called it Siam.
Over time, their global interaction developed more than yet they never became colonized. We've never been colonized. Woo! Well, there was the time the Imperial Japan got really close to war in World War II, but it was like,
All right, I'm taking over you. You're going to be part of my empire. Considering who's surrounding us, that might not be a good idea.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but you have to give me free passage and join us against the Allied powers.
Okay, fine, sure, whatever.
Do it.
I officially declare war on the US and Britain. Oh, I am not delivering this news to them. Hey, allies, I totally didn't mean to declare war on you guys. It was just a joke to make it look like we weren't against Japan.
Wait, you declared war on me? Oh, I wasn't even paying attention, but okay, sure.
Woo! Saved by indifference.
Oh man, I love that. I love that. The guy, the Thai ambassador's like, yeah, no. We're not doing that. That's not. I'm not giving that to anyone today.
That
At
has
all.
better use as toilet paper.
So okay. So Japan was like, I got you. You're gonna allow us safe access through it. Thailand's like, okay, we officially declare war on the U.S. U.S. didn't even know. So cool. Way to what was it? Way to be saved by indifference.
Love it.
Hey guys, remember Aaron? He was in the Sylvan Talk episode. Haha.
and yeah, they got by.
Yeah, never colonized, even with Japan.
Well, in any case, with 6 UNESCO heritage sites, over 40,000 temples, Thailand is never short of notable places to see.
And with that, Som, why don't you take this, the notable places of Thailand. Som, you got this. We're out.
Okay, so my most favorite place in Thailand, PP, that's like on the south of Thailand. It's a very beautiful island. Chiang Mai, definitely visit. It has a lot of culture. Chiang Rai, that's like a place that you can actually visit, like a lot of elephant. They have like an elephant, what is that called? Like sanctuary. And you can also like see tribe people at in a mountain in the north. Ayutthaya was capital city of Thailand like 100 years ago before they moved to Bangkok. Old temple, building, old palace. On the west is the city called Kanchanaburi that has a lot of beautiful waterfall. In the central of Thailand is called Lopburi. That's like a city that's monkey everywhere. It's pretty interesting. People not gonna rob you. It's gonna be monkey that try to steal stuff from you. It's really funny, but you gotta be careful if you go to that city. My favorite place that I always go is called Khao San Road. And then there's a lot of street food there on that street. You just visit.
Thank you, Som. Well, we are just getting started.
Wow. So that's the general consensus from the Thai people is visit.
Is that where Carl was in Idiot Abroad
I know he did China
with the monkeys?
with the monkeys.
Yeah.
I think it could have been.
Man.
I'd have to revisit what that episode
Yeah.
was.
That was a long
Yeah,
time ago.
yeah.
But yeah.
Because part of the reason Thailand is so colorful is because naturally it just is that way.
That means we move on to the next segment.
So thanks to its location in the tropics, Thailand is no stranger to extreme nature conditions.
You'll definitely see this side of Thailand if visiting.
Thailand is located at the convergence of 3 major tectonic plates, the Australian, Indian, and Eurasian plates, with numerous fault lines cracking mostly throughout the west and northern parts of the country. These fault zones are essentially what create the shield of mountain ranges, like the Dangrek, Phetchabun, the Dona, and the Thai Highlands, where you can also find the highest peak of the country, Doi Intanon. In between these mountains, you have 2 incredibly lush and fertile flat areas, the central plain, known as the Chao Phraya River Valley, and to the east, Korat Plateau, where you can find the longest river fully within Thailand, the Chi River. Otherwise, Thailand shares the mighty Mekong River on the border with Laos. The largest natural lake in Thailand is way down south, Songkhla Lake, which is divided into 3 parts, and it does have an opening to the Bay of Thailand at the bottom part by the town of Songkhla, which is why the lake has partly salty, brackish water. Otherwise, up in the mountains in the west, the Sinakarin Dam is the largest reservoir in the country at over 17 billion cubic meters of water. Finally, the country is split up mostly into 2 separate climate zones. The upper part of the nation mostly lies in the tropical savanna or tropical monsoon zone, whereas the Kra Isthmus falls in the tropical rainforest zone. The country has 3 main seasons throughout the year: the cool, dry season between November and February, the hot season from March to May, and the monsoon season from June to October. During this time, the country is prone to the occasional typhoon on the east coast or cyclone to the west. Quick terminology recap: cyclones are for the southern hemisphere and Indian Ocean, whereas typhoon is for East Asian Pacific.
Okay, so don't visit June through October. Got it.
Got it. Yep.
Cyclones are for the southern hemisphere and Indian Ocean, whereas typhoon is for East Asian Pacific. Typhoons.
Typhoons. Typhoons! Well, I just know that Thailand is very humid and a lot of mosquitoes. I have a really bad allergic to mosquitoes.
So when you go back to Thailand, it's like
a
allergic
do or
reaction
die.
every day. But it's the motherland.
I know. Well, in any case, Thailand is classified as newly industrialized country, making the 8th largest economy in Asia. Second, Southeast Asia after Indonesia. When it comes to business, Thailand is a hustler and we're good at it.
Walking down the alleyways in Bangkok, you will find almost any type of vendor or profession, whether legitimate or questionable.
We always have legitimate industry.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
People always go towards the wacky side, though. It's like,
yeah, that's a
real stuff, too.
stereotype. For one, since the 80s, Thailand has designated 25% of land area of forest protection and 15% of timber production. In addition, they are huge on the electronics sector, making up almost 1/5 of all exports.
Now here's where things start to kind of get into the gray zone-ish area. For Thailand, much of the economic activity and numbers are hard to accurately calculate because there is an entire informal sector with underground market activity.
This is sometimes called a shadow economy. This could be anything from unreported or misreported vendor sales or illicit black market dealings.
Thailand lies, everybody knows this, within the Golden Triangle. We already talked about this in previous episodes, overlapping 3 countries in Southeast Asia, which are widely known as the 2nd largest opium producing area on Earth after the Golden Crescent in the Middle East. Nonetheless, the government has been cracking down on these types of dealings and has been putting a heavier emphasis on a more positive sectors like tourism, the most obvious one.
Thailand tourism industry makes up nearly 1/5 of GDP today and is projecting to grow to 30% by 2030.
Instagram once ranked Thailand as one of the top ranked photograph locations on Earth.
Thailand offers many different types of tourism, from medical, gastronomical, sport, and even nature tourism.
And speaking of nature, here's
Yeah, there was one type of tourism that they couldn't mention, but
Yeah,
we know what you're talking about. But Bangkok residents, let us know what if you're traveling through Bangkok, how can you spot a scam? Like,
Yeah. Let us. Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, good question. That's a good
Right.
question.
right, and I'm sure that my optimistic side would like to believe that most of them are legitimate, and this lady right here said, "Oh, they're all legitimate," but you never know.
Legitimate hustle.
Yeah,
You know?
legitimate hustle. Let us know.
Gary Harlow to explain. Yeah, Caleb's not here, but you know, the hat turns anybody into Gary Harlow. So
what's going on, man?
Ian, it's
What
your
are we
turn.
Oh, man! Oh, whoa! So, thanks to their tropical climate, Thailand is definitely brimming with creatures of all sorts. There are 156 national parks, 58 wildlife sanctuaries, 67 non-hunting areas, and 120 forest parks. Now, this makes up 1/3 of the entire country's territory. Now, there's over 280 mammal species. Everything from leopards to Malaysian sun bears, gibbons, macaques, the Indo-Chinese subspecies of tigers, or tigers. That'll wake you up in the morning. And speaking of felines, the Siamese cat actually originated here. I always thought it was Chinese, but no, it's here, Thailand. Now here you can also find the smallest mammal on Earth, called the Kittis hognose bat, or the bumblebee bat. Now Thailand claims to have the world's first and largest crocodile farm. Now finally, we cannot forget the national animal, the Thai elephant. Today there's about 3,500 elephants that are in captivity and about 1,000 estimated elephants in the wild. Now elephants are widely revered in Thailand and have played an important role in the country's history, and especially to the royal family, where the white elephant is their symbol. And the king specifically keeps a small number of white Thai elephants alive. They're presented at special events and so forth and whatnot. Thai people and elephants, they like it to, you know what I mean. Now it looks like I'm gonna have to elephase my way out of here. So I'm just saying, hey, what is happening to me?
Thank you, Gary.
Okay, so elephants, like, is it? I guess it wasn't clear to me. Are you able to ride one? Like, are they that sacred that they are very protected?
I would say that you're able to ride them. I feel like there's just a lot of respect around the elephant. Would it be comparable to India's cow? How they view the cow? Like,
Yeah.
let me know, because that would be interesting. You know,
Yeah.
that would be interesting to know.
Mm-hmm.
Out of here. So I'm just saying, hey, what is happening to me?
Thank you, Gary.
Yes, Thailand's land is never short of provision. At one time, they were even a #1 provider of rice in the world. And today, their cow hall millet has been declared the world's best rice 7 times out of 13 World Rice Conferences.
Thailand is heavy on gastro-diplomacy, which the government initiated in the Global Thai program launched in 2002. Basically, it's a culinary diplomacy initiative that they fund in order to promote Thailand via food across the world.
This is why you can find Thai restaurants in some of the most remote places on earth.
Even like the Arctic, Svalbard, Norway has a Thai restaurant. To talk more about food, why don't we bring up Anya?
Anya!
So, guys, sorry, I like Looney Tunes, so that's my commentary. Just don't sue me, okay? The street vendor culture is so huge in Thailand. We never sleep on the street, off the street, in a small alley. I think most people going out instead of cooking in. Like every region, they have their own food culture. Like in the north part of Thailand, khao soi. Khao soi is like a kind of noodle, curry noodle. On top of the noodle, they're gonna have the crispy noodle on top of that noodle again. And when you eat it, you mix it all together with the pickle and red onion.
Noodle on noodle.
Noodle on noodle. The sauce, I would say the most spicy Thai food. They have like gang tai pra, khua king, which is, it could be ribs or ground pork. Central, I think the most normal thing that people know is green curry or red curry. Khao man gai, pad see ew, pad thai, tom yum.
Like the most popular ones you find at Thai restaurants are central?
Like normal stuff. The northeast, my region, they have like a million kind of papaya salad. The taste is gonna be like sweet and it comes with peanut. Or you can have Isan or Lao styles, which is that come with like fermented anchovy fish sauce, which is, we call it tam pru pala, or like fermented crab, fermented fish sauce. Another dish is like larb, and they usually have it with sticky rice. The main dessert for me, I think, is mango sticky rice. I have my favorite spot, Mavari, I think at Pak Soi Thong Lo, which is the best mango sticky rice in town for me.
All right, great. So you put the Instagram of that place on there. Thank you for that.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, like you
that's
said,
the address.
That's the literal address right there.
Awesome.
Yeah. And yeah, green curry, red curry, and pad thai, those are the central Thailand. That's what we think of when we think of Thai cuisine, at least in the United States.
So that's the Thai cuisine that we all know over here. That's what we're introduced to first, right? Thai cuisine is more based on the central cuisine.
Of central Thailand. Like a lot of all the other regions, that looked good as well.
Yeah,
so
it did.
let us, like I say in all these Geography Now reactions, those watching, comment below some recipes from your region.
Yes.
We'd love to check them out.
Yep.
Thong Lo, which is the best mango sticky rice in town for me.
Thank you, Anya. Two other things we should also mention. Thailand is one of the largest entomophagous countries on earth. That is, nations that have a high rate of insect consuming.
And you can find that in the street stalls pretty much everywhere on Khao Road. And it's like a various snack that you can just enjoy.
Also, Red Bull was invented in Thailand.
Kating dang.
And it is stronger out there, isn't it?
Way stronger.
There was actually a report from Zenith International that stated Thai people consume more energy drinks than any other country in the world, averaging at about 11.4 liters per person. That's 4 times more than us Americans.
Well, we do have a lot of energies.
Speaking of the...
Wow.
I might be Thai.
Yeah, you might be Thai.
Man.
We do love us some energy drinks, the both of us. So we're not so different, you and I.
Nope.
Person. That's 4 times more than us Americans.
Well, we do have a lot of energies.
Speaking of the energy of the people, that brings us to the next segment, the...
Friend zone.
Anya, Som, Julie, answer the question, what is a Thai person? Go.
Thai person is like kind.
We smile a lot. That's why we call land of smiles.
Religious? Yeah, we are religious.
Yeah, we are.
I think we are an empath. We're an empath.
We could be crazy sometimes.
Yes.
One thing that's for sure, Thais are very proud of being Thai.
Every day at 8 p.m. and 6 p.m., the national anthem is played on loudspeakers.
Everybody just stops.
And people would just stop for 40 seconds and stand there until it's over.
Anyway, the makeup of Thailand is very interesting too, and here's how it kind of breaks down. For one, Thailand has about 70 million people, and the government officially recognizes 62 ethnic communities naturally found within the country. The largest group of peoples, of course, are the ethnic Thai people at somewhere around 86% of the population. However, it's a little more complicated. The Thais are kind of broken up into specific groups, the largest ones being the Korat Thai, or the Central Thai people, that are spread throughout most of the central parts of the country. They make up about 39% of the population. From there, the next largest group would be the Isan, or Thai Lao, mostly found near the border of Laos. They make up about 28% of the population. From there, you have the Khon Muang at about 10%, and Southern Thai at about 9%. The largest non-Thai groups, though, would be Malays, mostly in the border with Malaysia, at about 4%. Cambodian or Khmer peoples, mostly in the border with Cambodia, make up about 2%. And about 8% of the country belongs to other groups, a huge chunk of this being Chinese.
Thailand currency is baht. They use the types of ANC plug outlets, and the drive is on the left side of the road.
Yeah, they simply just did it because most of their neighbors were doing it, and they just wanted to join along, not because of British influence. Never colonized.
Never.
Now, here's where things get a little confusing. Thailand actually has the largest Chinese community outside of Thailand at somewhere around 10 million, or about 1/7 of the population. However, this group of Chinese people, or Sino-Thai people, are actually fully assimilated into Thai society and often just call themselves Thai.
They are mostly from southern China called Teochew in the Guangdong province.
After years of intermingling, geneticists speculate that somewhere around 40% of the population of Thailand could have at least one Chinese ancestor. Today, most of them have actually adopted Thai last names, or at least use Chinese last names and add Thai words to the end, due to a law that states that people are not allowed to have the same last name if they are not related.
Well, in any case, the Thai language is completely different from Chinese. It's actually part of the Thai language group, which is related to Shan language in Myanmar and Lao in Laos.
How much Lao can you guys understand?
60%?
60-70%? Would you say Lao people can understand Thai better?
Of course, because they consume our entertainment and stuff.
So the Thai alphabet, or abugida, is made up of 44 consonant symbols and 16 vowel indicators.
Every Thai person knows the 44 pictures that go with the 44 consonants of the Thai script, from G, chicken, to H, owl.
Otherwise, Thai is a...
Hold on. They got animals with each and every one of their letters, I guess you would say these are.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. I don't know how easy that would be.
This is very confusing. But out of some of the languages we've checked out, this breakdown seems pretty simplistic.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Of the Thai script, from G, chicken, to H, owl.
Otherwise, Thai is a tonal language, spoken with 5 tones, meaning you can make an entire sentence using just one syllable, but changing the tone. For example...
Oh, I'm not doing that.
So that is like, ไหม้ no, so doesn't burn. I love this one. ป่าป่าป่าป่าป่า
All right.
ส้มหิวข้าวแล้วนะ ขับไปเลยไม่ต้องไปส่งที่บ้านนี่ขับตามกันไปเลยเนี่ย
I'm gonna add subtitles.
Now, officially, Thailand has freedom of religion. However, the vast majority are Buddhists at about 95% of the population.
This makes Thailand the country with the second highest Buddhist population in the world after China, even though China is only about 20% Buddhist. It's interesting though, Thai Buddhism has a lot of traditional Thai folklore and Hindu overlap within it. Within temples and shrines, you might see many Hindu or folk deities depicted like Brahma.
What is the spirit house? You put it there and then do some kind of ritual, ceremony to bless in that house.
For a blessing.
Yeah, for a blessing so that that spiritual figure will protect your home from harm.
And you find them everywhere in Thailand. And they usually give them offerings like flowers, incense, fruits, and for some reason, a lot of them have like strawberry Fanta. That's like a thing I see everywhere.
because of the color.
The color
Yeah.
red, right? Thailand also has a heavy culture of short-term Buddhist ordination in which many men are encouraged to serve as monks for a period of time. Monks are not allowed to touch women unless if it's like an emergency, like if their mom is dying or something. Now, going to Thailand, you will notice how much the royal family is integrated into daily life.
Every neighborhood has a shop and sell approved images of them, and they're always on the wall.
We won't get too much into it because it'll take way too long to explain. It's a hot button issue amongst the people, but essentially, Thailand has had many controversial monarchy-related incidences within their history. We're not going to get much more into this. If you want to say stuff, write it in the comments. Otherwise, we're going to just move on. Okay?
Yeah, and we invite you to talk about that in the comments as well.
Yep. That's how we learn, guys. Come on. That's how we learn.
I mean, 30 coup attempts since 1912. It's got to be a hot topic issue. We're talking those numbers.
30 coup attempts is a very unhappy populace.
Yeah. We've pretty much only had like 2 or 3 in our history. And so that's a lot in that short amount of time.
Not going to get much more into this. If you want to say stuff, write it in the comments. Otherwise, we're going to just move on. Okay?
No comment.
No comment. Yeah.
Well, let's move on.
Okay.
What better way to move on, Paul? Sport.
Sports. Yes. And with that, here's Art with the sports part.
It's geography sports time. He's so light. All right, so let's start off with the Asian Games. Bangkok has hosted them more than any other country in Southeast Asia. Moreover, Thailand has hosted more SEA games as well. Thailand also ranks high in badminton competitions, which is actually one of my favorite sports. I like badminton a lot. Did you know that?
No.
When I was in high school, I used to play a lot. For some reason, I always liked hitting that little birdie. Punish that little thing, you know what I mean? Thailand usually ranks number 1 in Southeast Asia for football, soccer. These two guys here are probably the most famous footballers in Thailand. Alexander Albon is actually the only F1 racer known in Thailand. Thailand in total has 35 medals in the Olympics, and 10 of those are actually gold. I don't know why I just did 5. 5 times 2. 2 fives.
Math is
10. The 3 events that Thailand has done well in the Olympics: weightlifting, boxing, and taekwondo. And speaking of combat sports, the moment you have all been waiting for. Best sport ever from Thailand, Muay Thai, known as the art of 8 limbs. You can hit with your fists, your shins, your elbows, and your knees. And then pow! The match begins. But do not touch people on the top of the head. It's a big no-no in Thai culture. Oh, speaking of fighting, let's talk about Krabi Krabon. This is a traditional Thai weapon martial art form. The bodyguards of the royal family must be highly trained in this martial art form as well. Competitions and performances are really cool to watch. And finally, Thailand used to take part in this unique elephant polo competition known as the King's Cup. In 2018, though, it was announced that the competition would be discontinued after complaints filed by PETA. No more elephant polo. Well,
PETA, come on, Thailand.
What are you
Y'all
guys
let PETA
doing?
get to you?
PETA.
Seriously? Look at how Baltimore handled when they tried to tackle crabs. That's what you need to go on.
Yeah.
But I remember from when we checked out that Dubai video that they do, some of the rich aristocrats of that area do polo with horses. Yeah. So this probably also answers my question about elephants and riding them.
Yeah, pretty much right there. It's right there in that. So yes, I'm assuming they use elephants to ride all the time. Not
Yeah.
all the time. Not like everyone has an elephant. Yeah, everyone
That
just
would be
riding
ridiculous.
around on elephants. That's why traffic's terrible. No.
Shit.
They definitely complained about the elephants, but not the horses. What's up with that, PETA? Tarchin's segment on Geography Now is never going to be ended by PETA. That's it for me. Cheers.
Thank you, Art.
Well, fun fact about Thais, we're very competitive with beauty pageants. On any given day, there will probably be some kind of beauty pageants going on with different types of people, and there's a lot of expectations.
So much to talk about with Thailand's culture. So with that, here's Random Hannah to give you just a few more general overview factoids of Thai culture.
Okay, so pageants. That's we've learned from all we've checked out about Philippines and Pinoy culture.
Yep.
That beauty pageants are huge there. Like,
Pageants.
is there fisticuffs between the Thai and the Pinoys on this?
That would be interesting to know. I feel like the U.S. I feel like it's just over pageantry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not because I'm not in that circle, right? It's not in our face. Like we
Right.
would have to seek it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know.
There's other. It manifests itself in other ways.
Yeah.
Instagram follows and all our advertisements, from anything from fast food to cars to health insurance. That it manifests itself that way.
No.
Yeah.
Hi guys, it's good to be back. And remember, you can get a Random Hannah shirt at geographynow.com.
She's wearing it.
First thing, in Thailand, if you are on the phone receiving Thai text, you might see the number 5 a lot. Because in Thai, the number 5 is pronounced ha. So they're really just laughing. Ha ha ha, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Every Thai at birth is given a nickname in addition to their regular name. It's based on an old superstition that evil spirits, or bisat, these evil spirits are apparently constantly on the lookout for newborn children, and these nicknames apparently confuse them. Common nicknames include things like tadpole, fat, mouse, swan, and orange. At special occasions, you will often see people wearing traditional clothing. For women, a common thing you can see is the sing. It's an ankle-length silk tube skirt. And for men, you can find a chong kraven, which is a lower body silk wrap pant garment. There are so many quirks and customs in Thailand. Everywhere you'll find the nang kwak. It's the beckoning lady statue that is said to bring business and love. She always does this. The number 9 is considered lucky. Amulet culture and lucky charms are huge here. Taxis and bus drivers have altars on their dashes. Potted plant culture, or mai dut, is a huge thing here as well. It dates back to the Ayutthaya period, in which people needed to keep plants and crops portable in case floods washed them away. Thai people are obsessed with aromatherapy. They're most popular in the form of herbal balms or nasal sprays. This right here is called a yadon. Thank you, Geography Pam, for sending this on Fan Flag Friday. You will see people with these shoved up their noses everywhere in Thailand. Did you shove this in your nose and then give it to me?
Not that one. I took the green one.
Thais are also really into astrology. I'm an Aquarius. I don't know what that means, but this even ties into every day of the week. Each day of the week has a color code pertaining to each astrology god. So you might find people wearing more of a certain color on a certain day. In addition, there are a series of
Okay, so someone below, please let us know what color do we wear on each day of the week. And sorry to our Mean Girls fans, on Wednesdays they wear green, not pink. Sorry.
There you go. I'm glad someone got that.
But you could still sit with us.
Yeah, there you go. You can always sit with us. Very true.
So you might find people wearing more of a certain color on a certain day. In addition, there are a series of taboos and traditions that follow each day. For example, on Wednesday, you're not allowed to cut things, so often barbershops are closed on Wednesdays. And finally, Thailand has so many festivals and events they celebrate. It would take forever to list them all, but here are a few of the biggest ones. The Magic Tattoo Festival, Festival of Lights, the Monkey Buffet Festival, I want to go to that one, Buddhist festivals like Buddha's birthday, and Maga Puja. The largest and most popular one, though, is the Songkran Festival. It is celebrated throughout all of Southeast Asia. People shoot water guns and splash each other with water, and everyone gets soaked. I know.
I want that. I want to go to that one.
Yep. Hell yeah. That sounds awesome.
Shooting each other with water guns.
Yep.
I love that. Come on.
People shoot water guns and splash each other with water and everyone gets soaked. I know who I would shoot a water gun at. My husband, because he is hot. Anyways, whatever. Here's Keith's music segment. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Random Hannah.
What's up, everybody? Keith here. I'm back in the wonderful state of Florida just because, well, Florida's just a million times better than California. But anyways, Thailand knows music, and it seems everything in life incorporates it. Even before Muay Thai matches, they play music as the fighters do their ritual dances. Thais will probably say the two largest traditional styles are Luk Tung and Mor Lam. Luk Tung is a country folk style with lyrics that reflect the trials and tribulations of rural life. Every Thai person will say these people are probably the most iconic folk artists. Otherwise, Mor Lam is mostly performed in the northeast part of the country, close to Laos. It is described as being folk but faster with a funk feel. A funky feel, if you will. Usually...
Okay, so they got their own country music in Thailand.
Hell
It's,
yeah.
of course, different from our country music. Let us know. What's your favorite Thai folk country music?
Yes.
I almost said Thai.
Thai music. No.
Thailand.
Oh, man.
Folk music is accompanied by traditional instruments, such as these. I'm going to point to this list right here. Thailand dance is also pretty crazy to watch, especially Khon. It is Thailand's traditional mask dance done with golden costumes, which is pretty dope because who doesn't love gold? Everybody loves gold. In fact, most Thai people are capable of doing complex double-jointed dance gestures. I don't know, does this mean I'm double jointed? Otherwise, since the 90s, Thai pop or T-pop has been ever growing in the music industry. Some top performers you suggested include this list right here. And before I go, one band in particular that I must mention because, well, I'm Keith and I love metal bands and we all know this at this point. There's a band from Thailand which is called Retrospect and they have a song called Betrayed. Really great song, really great band. The Sumerian core era of like bands like Born of Osiris and those influences spread throughout the world. But anyways, that's it for me. Thank you so much all to the Thai subscribers. You guys are really great, and that's it for me.
Thank you.
All right.
Cool.
Did you ever check out that metal on Area Center Nation?
Nope.
Do you have
Nope.
plans to in the future?
Probably distant. I still have to check out SB19, and I'll add them to the list.
Yeah. Like it's funny now we have we know that the pop music of all these countries is, you know, their letter pop, K-pop,
Yeah, K-pop,
P-pop,
T-pop,
T-pop.
T-pop.
It
makes it easier. It makes it easier.
Yeah, and I know you're trying to transition into other things in Area Center
Oh no,
Nation.
but
I
would love to bring people over, you know. But I mean, just know that I'll probably do it one and done.
One and done, yeah, or like a top 10 or something, or you know, not do multiple videos on it because that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
The Thai subscribers, you guys are really great, and that's it for me.
Thank you, Keith.
Well, that was a lot.
A lot. What are your favorite festivals of Thailand?
Well, it's in Got Phangan, yeah? It's kind of like the Burning Man type party, or even Coachella, or like if you love music, you would definitely go to the full moon party in Got Phangan.
Well, one thing that Thailand is definitely known for is the way how they interact with the rest of the world, which brings us to the final chapter of this episode,
Wait a minute. They said friend zone twice on here. Or is that? I swear they said did friend zone twice. I could be losing my mind here, but I swore I've seen it.
Why? Why do I agree with you? Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, when I go back to edit this, it'll be confirmed whether I was losing my mind or they actually did friend zone twice.
Yeah.
So, due to their location and culture, Thailand has quite a history of branching out both to their neighbors and abroad.
One thing's for sure, Thailand has definitely made themselves known throughout the world. Here's how kind of plays out.
For one, Thailand is of course a huge international tourism hotspot, so of course everyone from Australia to Austrians love visiting, especially during peak season during December and February when the weather is the best. Nonetheless, no shocker, China alone outnumbers all of them combined, taking up over a quarter of the entire tourist demographic. Obviously, as mentioned, Thailand has the largest Chinese population in diaspora outside of China, let alone having much of their people historically intermarry and mix with Thai people. The only hiccup in relations with China took place in the 50s when this former prime minister instituted lots of anti-Chinese campaigns and restrictions. Also, occasionally China keeps a close eye whenever Taiwan wants to get close to Thailand as well. But today, they are close. They share numerous bilateral agreements like a free trade zone. China is their largest import partner, their militaries cooperate, and the two are cool with each other. With that, India comes in, and it's more of a historic and cultural bond that dates back thousands of years within the Indosphere. Not only did the Buddhist faith migrate out of northeastern India, some argue Nepal, let's not get into that, but the Thai language also borrows a substantial amount of words from Sanskrit, as well as Pali, the sacred language of Theravada Buddhism. India has very close extradition treaties, they have infrastructure investment deals, especially in the India-Myanmar-Thailand highway project, and they have a growing education exchange program. The US has had relations with Thailand since the 19th century, when the Treaty of Amity and Commerce was signed in 1833, therefore making them the first nation in Asia to have formal diplomatic relations with the US. Yes, even before China. From there, relations have only grown. Later, Thailand joined CETO, which led to the Rusk-Tanat Agreement. In 2003, they were labeled a major non-NATO ally. However, the closest inner circle to Thailand, though, would have to be their fellow ASEAN nation countries. Granted, they've had quite a few historical wars with the Burmese, but nonetheless, best friends. Malaysia is the second largest tourist demographic, and many have family just over the border in South Thailand. Indonesia is kind of like the mediator between them and any drama they might have on the border with Cambodia. The Philippines shares a lot of similar cultural tropes with Thailand. It's almost like just replace the Buddhist backdrop with a Catholic one, and they are almost indistinguishable. When it comes to their best...
That right there. I knew there was some similarities between the Thai and the Pinoys. There had to be.
Yeah. So you just swap out religions, and then you're like, oh, cool.
Buddhism, Catholicism.
Got it.
Man.
Best friend within this group, though, nearly every single Thai person I've ever talked to has mentioned the same country, Laos. Laos is like the little sister of Thailand that has a slightly different way of doing things, but overall they totally get each other. It all started back in the 15th century in the Ayutthaya Kingdom, and despite being under French Indochina and having some skirmishes on the border with Thailand and claiming that the Emerald Buddha was theirs and later installing a government that kind of favored Vietnam, regardless, they are still considered the closest relatives within the area and have deep ties. They speak nearly intelligible languages, they are both predominantly influenced by Buddhism, and after you peel back all the layers of historical trauma, they cannot deny that in the end, they will always be family and care for each other.
In conclusion, you're the Thai people. I'm gonna head out. You guys take it. Ready, set, go.
Longtail boats, street vendors, lots of good food, a lot of beautiful people, and a lot of smiles.
Well, it's pretty fun to party.
Fun people to hang out with.
Lots of fortune tellers, empath, sensitive.
Again, circle back.
That was the episode. Hope you had a good one. Thank you guys for joining.
Thank you.
Togo is coming up next.
Man, that was a fun one.
That was a lot. I like that.
Yeah. It sparks my interest in learning more about Thailand, and maybe I keep saying a Philippine trip is in the making, but also maybe book another flight to Thailand as well.
Man, that's why when we get bigger, that's when you'll start seeing vlogs drop.
Exactly, and that's the whole point of this whole thing, is to make it so that doing vlogs about these individual countries, visiting them, makes sense.
Not just talk the talk, but walk the walk, and the only way we do that is get a little bit bigger.
Not physically, but it's under the scope of learn all the things we didn't learn in high school.
Pretty much.
But hey, to the Thai folk, let us know what Barbs and them missed.
Yes.
What, as American tourists, just tourists in general, how do we make it seem like we're not a bother to you? How we are not, what's the right word? Being a good house guest in your country.
Let us know the do's and don'ts.
Yes.
That's the real question at the end of the day.
100%. But anyway, y'all, thank you for watching. Consider subscribing and watching another video. Particularly, I've linked the Anthony Bourdain Parts Unknown Thailand episode at the end of this. So feel free to check that out. And what else, Dan?
Unplug and do something legendary.
We'll see y'all next time.
Later, guys.